Yo, how we feeling? How we feeling? It's Tay, also known as Taco About Pips. All right, so I want to break down another video on how to just utilize colors, and we're going to be talking about these EC candles and these BM candles and SM candles, right? So I want to talk to you about that. So you see you have SM candles, well, SM levels, and you have these EC levels. All right, it's going to be super easy. Going to be like, yo, no way. So let's get into it. Okay, so we're going to start on our daily time frame as always, right? But you're able to use this on any time frame. I just like to start on the daily time frame because that is where you get the bigger picture. That's where you find your highest probability setups. Okay, so in the last video, remember we talked about the supreme trend line being a level of structure. We talked about where to take profits and stop losses, and we talked about the triangle offense. Okay, so we're going to be using the triangle offense, but we're going to be utilizing it with these EC levels and these SM and BM levels. All right, so what you're going to do here is when you get an EC level pop up, right? So we have right here, this was an EC, which is known as an engulfing candle, right? What you're going to do is you're going to box up this entire candle. So we have a red EC. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to box this up. All right, so we went and boxed that up. And actually, I'm going to change the color on this. We're going to make this like light blue-ish. All right, so now that we see that, okay, what we're going to be looking for is we're going to drop down time frames, and we're going to look for, because this is a red EC level, we're going to look for a red triangle. We're going to run the triangle offense. So we look for a red triangle and all of the colors to line up vertically. So where's our stop loss going to be? Above this structure. Our stop loss will be above this structure. Okay. And you can have take profits set above this level of structure. So above our supreme trend line, which is a level of structure. So this could be our TP1. Our TP2 could be above this box, right? And then obviously these black lines right here are additional levels of structure where you can have TP set as well, okay? So we have our stop loss set, we have our take profit set. So now what we're gonna do, personally, what I will do, just so like I'm able to, really hone in on this and, make sure I'm not making any mistakes. Once this candle closes, right, I'll mark up the next candle with a vertical line. All right, I'll mark up the next candle with the vertical line. And the reason that I do that, right, is because you're probably thinking, well, shouldn't you mark up the EC candle? No, I mark up the candle, the next candle with a vertical line, so I know that I'm looking for setups from the beginning, from the opening of this candle and on, right? Because if you put your vertical line right here, this candle is already closed. So it's you're going to be seeing setups that are already within this candle, right? And we don't want people getting confused, because you can see a setup within this candle and, it not be breaking out of the box, or, it can completely reverse. And you want to wait until after this candle closes. So since we waited for this candle to close, this would be the current candle that we're looking at, because this would be the candle that's forming, if that makes sense. So what we're going to do, we're going to drop down to our 1 hour. All right. I'm going to drop down to our 1 hour. And we're going to look for a red triangle coming out of the box. Got a red triangle. Zoom out. Got a red triangle, a solid red candle. It's coming out of the box. Is the dot red? Yes, the dot is red. Is our line red? Yes, it's red. and our value bar is red and it's above the yellow line. So we wait for that candle to close, and that could be a potential entry. And right now you'd be in profit. So that would be a great entry right there. So roughly, if you would have taken that, you'd be about 28 pips in profit right now, and it's still moving. And you see this, our supreme trend line change colors to red as well, letting us know that our swing trade is activated. And then even if you look over here to our currency strength, the US dollar is weaker than the Canadian dollar, indicating that there is a lot of selling momentum. So we should get this to drop, but just be very careful because it is NFP week. So there is a lot of manipulation that will happen in the markets this week if you paid attention to US 30 this morning. So this should be a beautiful move. Just be careful. And I believe we have, let's see when we have news this morning. So we have, moderate USD news, just about unemployment in the morning. But it doesn't look like we have anything major that will really affect this. But we should definitely get this USD CAD to drop. So we'll see how that ends up. How that ends up going. It should be a beautiful drop. But that is typically how you can use these EC levels and these SM and BM levels. Let's go to another pair. Awesome, a BM level. Beautiful, beautiful. That's what I wanted. All right. So you can do a couple of things. You can box up this EC candle right here, but you also have this BM candle right here. So what we're going to do is we're going to box up this BM candle. All right. So we box that up, and we would have waited for that candle to close and then put our vertical line on the next one. We're going to make this green to let us know we're looking for buys. And then we drop down to our 1 hour. All right. So we drop down to our 1 hour. Look for green triangles. All right. We've got a solid green candle. We have also got our dot is green. We have this line is green, and we also have a green volume bar above the yellow line. All right. So this could have been a potential entry that you could have taken. Me personally, I just like to wait until price breaks out of that box and then look for those moves. But if you were to take this trade, let's see where you would have your stop loss and your take profits at. All right. So you put your stop loss a couple of places. You could put it below this SM level. All right. So let me lift this up. So you see this line right here. This is your BM level. Excuse me, I said SM. It's your BM level. So you can put your stop loss below there, or put your stop loss below the box, right? And then you could have your take profit. Where would you put your take profit? Well, first off, your first take profit would have been right below this supreme trend line, because remember, it's a level of structure. Then your second take profit could be below this box. So let's drop back down to our 1 hour real quick. All right. So we see here, if we would have entered, once that candle closed, we had all the colors line up vertically, and we would have entered, right? You would have hit your first take profit. You would have caught about 20 pips on that move, right? Me personally, I most likely would not have taken it just because of that risk to reward, right? If you see here, that risk to reward isn't like it's a horrible risk to reward. So I most likely would not have taken that. But that just, shows you, you can still catch those pips, right? And all that matters is that you're using your proper risk management at the end of the day. So let's look for another one. Let's look at US Tech. Beautiful, beautiful. So US Tech is, US Tech is probably going to come back up here. It may end up pushing back up to like this 14,150 area. This is going to be a beautiful move. It's going to be a beautiful move. And it's crazy because this actually ended up stopping me out earlier today. It literally wicked my stop loss and started shooting up. I had it all set up. Oh my goodness. But all right, so we have a BM level. We have a BM level right there. Right? So now what are we going to do? We're going to box up this candle. Box up this candle. All right. Then we're marking the next candle with the vertical line. And we don't have to wait for that candle to close. Remember, that's just letting us know that we're looking from the opening of that candle on, okay, for setups. So let's drop down to our 1 hour. All right. We look for a green triangle. Look for a green triangle, and it's coming out of the box. All right, so we've got a green triangle, the solid green candle. We come down here, is our dot green? Yes, it is. Is our line green? Yes, it is. And do we have a green volume bar? I don't see one. There's very little volume, right? We do have a green volume bar, but it's not above this yellow line. So we wait, and 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 we're waiting. All right. Oh yeah. Sorry, I'm excited. All right. So you've got a green triangle, solid green candle. Come down here. Is your dot green? Yes, it is. Is the line green? Yes, it is. And is our volume bar green and above the yellow line? Yes, it is. So once that candle closed, this could be a potential entry. All right. But like I said, it is NFP week. So just be very, very cautious. So right now, you could enter that trade. Honestly, that is what I am going to do just for this video. I'm going to enter that trade and then show you guys the results in a couple of days, see what happens. So, cool. So it's about a 10-point difference. All right, boom. So what I'm going to do, go back to my daily. And where would my stop loss be? Your stop loss, remember, it can go a couple of places. You can have your stop loss below this structure right here, because technically this is a box. So you could have your stop loss below that structure, or you can have your stop loss below this structure. So what I'm actually going to do, right, what I'm actually going to do, I'm going to have my stop loss below this structure. So I'm just going to do 12,630, just because my prices are a little bit different than this. And then my first take profit, I'm going to have below these levels of structure right here. Okay. I'm actually going to change the color. So it's at 14,169. So I'm going to do it at 14,160. And I'm going to buy this. Okay. So that is what I'm looking at right there. That should be beautiful. We should get a nice push up. Plus you had a swing arrow pop up. and we have a green box right here. So definitely be looking at in the next couple of days to get a green triangle to appear. Once that green triangle appears, guess what? We can run our triangle offense and potentially get even more entries. Okay. So you could do that. Let's look at GBP Chef. Yeah, that thing's going to tank. All right, same thing here. Look, we've got an EC candle. So what we have done, boxed up that candle, marked up the next candle with the vertical line, drop down to our 1 hour time frame, and wait for a green triangle. It looks like we have one forming right now. See, we have a green triangle. It's currently a solid green candle. And we have a green dot. We have this line is red, and currently we have green volume above this yellow line as well. So we'll wait. We have about 52 minutes until the close of this candle. So we'll wait to see how this candle closes. If this candle closes as a solid green candle and all our colors still line up vertically, go ahead and enter on that trade. We can go ahead and enter. Our stop loss will be below here, right? Our take profit be about, our first take profit would be about right here to account for the spread, right? All right, so we just need to wait. This is where patience comes in. So we want to wait and see. We want to wait and see how this candle closes, because the reason we wait until the candle closes is because you see here, you would have saw that it was a solid green candle and it hadn't closed yet. You could have got in and now you would have been dealing with that drawdown, right? And then it potentially could close, you know, it could close as a yellow candle with the green outline, or a yellow candle with the red outline, or it can close as a solid red candle, or it can close as a red candle with the green outline, right? So we want to make sure we wait for our candle to close so we get our confirmation. Let's drop down to the 30-minute. All right. So we do have all our confirmations on the 30-minute, right? We have all of our confirmations on the 30-minute. So actually what I'm going to do, CAD JPY is actually another one that I'm just going to do. Okay. Because if we see here, we have a green triangle. We have a solid green candle that's coming out of the box. We come down here, the dot is green, our line is green, and we have a green volume candle above the yellow line. Okay, so essentially you would have entered once this candle closed, so at about 101.52. So this is, I'm going to show you guys something real quick. All right, let me do a new share. I'm gonna show you guys something just real quick. All right, so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna measure this. So from here to here, it's roughly about 75 pips. So my stop loss would be 75 pips. So I'm going to go here. If you go to myfxbook.com, right, you can come here, click on FX calculators. Then you'll go to this position size calculator. All right. So this is how you can, you know, calculate how much you're planning to risk. Me personally, I don't risk more than 3% of my account per trade. All right. So we go to CAD JPY. Go to CAD JPY. All right. And then you put your account size. So let's see, for this account. All right. We started a $20,000 account. Okay. And our risk, we're going to go ahead and we're just going to risk that 3%. And our stop loss is 75 pips. Now this trade size, this is pretty much saying how many trades are you going to be entering, whether it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, however many, right? For this one, we're just going to do one trade. So it's telling me that I will put a standard 1.03 lot size on this trade. So we'll go to CAD JPY, and I'm going to enter this. So I'm going to do 103, all right? And then I'm going to enter my stop loss. My stop loss will be 100.76. And my take profit, I'm going to put at, I want it to be a little bit below this line. Oh, it's already below the line, isn't it? Yes, it is. All right, so we're going to do, I'm just going to do 102.47. So this should be potentially be a 100 pip move. So I'm risking 75 pips to catch at least 100. And then we're going to click buy. And then we'll see how this ends up working out for the next couple of days. All right, and just go back to Forex Factory. And let's see if we've got any CAD or JPY major news. Doesn't look like it. Friday, we've got CAD news. Obviously, it's NFP Friday, right? But we're going to, we're going to see how everything works out tomorrow and how the market plays out. And then once Friday gets there, then we'll handle it Friday and see what happens. But that's typically how you're able to utilize the EC levels and the SM and BM levels. So I hope this video was informational. I hope this gave you some value. I definitely, like I said, will be dropping more videos. I'll be opening in a funded account, another one, and going like step by step in my analysis and showing you, the trades that I actually enter, why I took those trades, and just literally showing you exactly over the next, couple months, showing you how colors really works. And I'm going to be that proof to people that, still don't believe that, hey, we're not just sitting here trying to recruit people, we're really, helping people and showing them how to make money. Like Doc has made this so simple for people. People think trading is so hard. There are like a lot of different concepts and everything, but Doc has made it so simple. And as long as you can match shapes and colors, you're able to capitalize in this market while learning at the same time, right? So I just really want to be that light for people that, still kind of have their doubts, are still skeptical, and just really don't really understand what's going on and why people still continue to, invest into this. So much love to y'all. Thank you for watching. Like, subscribe, comment, do what you got to do, man. And until next time, I will see y'all soon. All right, much love.